Yes, we are live now. Hello.
Hello, Miguel. Nice to see you
Hello.
again.
Yeah, nice to see you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. And how are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
It's been a while for
Yeah,
this webinar. We took, I think, 2 months break or 1 month.
we also need vacation, right?
Yeah, I was on vacation and you were on vacation. Great
Mm.
to see
Yeah, so we are gonna start this webinar. Today we have a special guest, Alberto.
you.
We are gonna meet him soon. I
Okay.
hear that this guy is mostly seen in the virtual reality world. So
Yeah,
I
that's true.
think we are gonna jump somewhere else and we are gonna present him.
Okay,
So
let's do that.
yeah, let's do that. So yeah, here we have Alberto, I think.
Hi,
Hi
guys.
guys,
Yeah,
Hi.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I
yeah,
hear
I
you.
hear you. Yeah,
Hi
Hi, everyone.
everyone.
I think you
Thanks.
need to disable the
Oh
audio.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Sorry
Sorry
about
about
that.
that.
There's some echo.
Um,
we have some echo. Okay, so what you are seeing, everyone, is my screen. So we are in Viro, a virtual reality
Okay.
application. Yeah, I see you, Raspberry, as well.
Mhm.
So Alberto is the guy we see in the screen and on the top right corner. He's inside using the VR goggles. Hi, Alberto. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. It's a
Yeah.
pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, and hello to everyone that is going to join live today.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Alberto, yeah, tell us who are you? What do you do for living?
Well, basically, as you said, I have like two life now. One inside the metaverse, like is inside VR, but in the real life, I'm Viro product marketing manager at Virtualware. We are a company that develops XR platform for our clients. And one of the most cool things that we do is the one thing that we are showing today, the integration with Viro and Simumatik taking place lively here.
Yeah, and we are gonna tell the details about that later. So I think we can jump into the today's agenda. So
Yeah.
let's
Yep.
activate Alberto here as well. So Alberto is gonna tell us more details about Viro. I think we all have our Google's virtual reality Googles. I don't think I'm gonna use them because I need to handle all this
Okay.
webinar thing. But we are gonna have a short presentation from Alberto. He's gonna tell us what we have just seen. We have seen an integration between Simumatik and VIROO. Then we are gonna tell a bit more about Simumatik for the audience that maybe doesn't know much about us.
Right.
And then we are gonna tell the details about the integration, how it works. It's super easy, I have to say. It's super native. And then we are gonna have some discussion. We can tell the audience; they can write comments. Who is gonna take care of the comments, Rush?
I'll take care of it. I have an
Okay.
eye on it.
So if anyone wants to ask something, feel free. Yeah, and we can have a short discussion at the end.
Right.
So we leave you the word, Alberto. I'm gonna show your screen here, and you can just tell us more about
Yep. Sure.
virtual world and video.
Okay, I'm going to try to be as quick as I can because I don't want to get bored everyone. So basically, again, I'm from Virtualer. We've been around for 2 decades now, since 2004, and we've specialized in 3D driven enterprise software as a service. Basically, we've been taking advantage of the latest technologies applied, especially to industries and other professional sectors. We've been awarded several times through the years, and for the first decade and so on, we specialize in creating tailor-made content. We develop ourselves solutions to our clients for many sectors: industry, healthcare, training, education, even marketing some years ago. And because we love XR, right? Within that, XR is going to be a really key new innovative technology that is going to transform not only the business industry, but only the consumer industry. But we found like a problem. It's not that easy to create really advanced XR content. So most of our clients don't. That's why we didn't. We did to have developed ourselves, and that's why a couple of years ago we created VIROO. VIROO, just to be clear, is an advanced, easy to use Excel platform. What it does is something that you can apply to across all your value chain. So it can be used for design, for prototyping, development, training, manufacture, or across all your work processes. And basically it will allow you to create XR applications that is going to be multi-user and multi-device by default.
Yeah.
The one thing is that you don't have to be an advanced programmer. If you are, you can take those skills to improve your apps, but it's really easy to use, and it's going to really boost some of your processes because you are going to be able to make some remote collaborations inside virtual environments. You can be connecting people all across the globe, but sharing the same virtual space, and you can see the elements. You can maybe make some design review of your prototypes. You can even take a brainstorming, design thinking sessions, and you even have voice chat like we do right now.
No.
We've
Yeah.
been doing before. So remote collaboration is a standard by default. This is really, really complex to build if you don't know how to. So VIROO takes that for you. And of course, it's also highly compatible. So no matter what kind of mainstream headset you are, if you have a Pico, a Quest, a Vive, or even you don't have a headset, we know that XR is still in these early days and not many people has a headset. So we know that. We don't want that people to be left out of the session. So if you have a keyboard and a regular monitor, you can jump in the sessions. I think you're going to do that just
Right.
I actually did that. I mean, I was inside the room, but I wasn't using the VR. Yeah.
Exactly. But the best way to experience VR, we think, is in full-scale deployment. If you have the chance to experience this in a large-scale immersive room, or you have a cave system, which is like a projection system from the past, we are compatible with those as well, and that's ideal because you can
Yeah.
move around. You can be with the people in the same place, but seeing those virtual elements that really pop up.
Yeah.
And basically, there's two ways of using VIROO. You have the ready-to-use apps. One is the integration that we are going to see right now with the Simumatik, but we even have an application for design review, for design thinking, some very specific needs that our clients may have. And if none of those fit your needs, you can always use the SDK that we provide, which is really, really simple to use. I'm not a programmer, and I can create content with VIROO, and you can create your own custom content. So maybe you can replicate or simulate a training process inside your environments or something like that. And the good thing is that you can focus just on creating the content. You don't have to worry about networking. The multi-device compatibility is just a straightforward process. And basically, 2 minutes explication, that's VIROO. That's what we want to show you today.
Yeah. I think there were so few things that I can relate when it comes to the nightmare of implementing virtual reality or XR application. One is all the hardware you have available in the market, and you need to make something compatible with that, and you guys just solve that. You don't care about that as a user. So that is really, really good. And then the possibility to have the voice. We have the issue with the echo just because we jump into the VR, into VIROO, and we had double audio by default. But that also makes things even easier to collaborate and so on. So I think it was really, really, you guys did a great job.
Yeah, it feels really good because I always say that, of course, being in person is almost always the best way to do things. But instead of just looking at ourselves in a flat screen like we are doing right now, I think that's a really good middle point, which is connecting virtually. And when you have the chance to use a headset and you have those body expressions and you have voice chat included and you can manipulate every piece, it's on a whole new other level.
Right. Okay, great. And Alberto, if I can ask you, for the audience who are new to VR, AR, and XR, how would you differentiate VR and XR in your experience?
Well, this is a hard question because it's been really confusing the past years. For me, it's really simple, but I did have to spend some time investing to see the correct definition. I'm going to give the correct definition, but probably it's not the one that most of you are using. That just for understanding, extended reality, it's what encompasses everything. So whenever you are using virtual elements, it's extended reality in an immersive way. Okay, if you are maybe using augmented reality in your phone or with a headset, not just a regular laptop, a flat screen, that's extended reality. Virtual reality is when everything is virtual. The thing that we've just seen, right? I'm in the headset and everything I've seen is virtual. That's virtual reality, really easy to understand. Augmented reality is when I can see my real world and only a few elements are virtual. For example, your machinery, but the rest of the world could be my real place where I am.
Okay.
Then there's some confusion of what is mixed reality, because mixed reality is not something different than augmented reality. It's a term that was invented to encompass augmented reality and augmented virtuality, which is something that almost no one uses.
Now I'm lost. Now I'm lost. Sorry.
Pretty easy to differentiate. Augmented reality, everything's real instead of some few elements. Augmented virtuality, everything is virtual, but you can see like your hands or maybe a
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that we don't have many examples of those. That's why almost no one talks about augmented reality, and we have been confusing mixed reality and augmented. For me, the simple way is just to use mixed reality and virtual reality. It's as simple as that. And whenever I talk about Vision Pro or Meta Quest, I say that it's an XR headset because it can do both. So I know it's a little bit confusing, but that's the proper answer, I think.
Actually, Raspberry, I don't know if you know about that, but I know VIROO is capable to do kind of mixed reality. Maybe correct me, Alberto, but instead of seeing the background as we were seeing it, let me show my screen again. So instead of seeing sorry, it's this one. Instead of seeing this gray or just the sky, you could be somewhere. Let's say this is just a cell that you want to have in a factory or something like that. You could see the factory.
Okay.
Yeah, if you are using the Google, you could be in the factory, connect to VIROO and see this equipment inside the factory.
Okay.
Mixed
So this
in
like
the
reality.
In the background you see the real world, and then you see this like place in the middle or whatever.
It's just like when we are going for shopping in Amazon, sometimes they have this option to place the product in your room and check how does it look like. So similar way.
Exactly. If you want, Mikkel, I'm showing you the screen right now because I have like a 20-second video where we shown when we went compatible with reality. This is using the Vive XR Elite headset because until now it's the only headset that give us access to the camera when we are developing a PCVR application, because VIROO is still PCVR, it's not a standalone. But we believe that other headsets in the markets are going to be compatible with this. So what you are looking at now is like a 3D model of the car, but the rest is our office. So that's really cool because if you are in a large-scale immersive room, you have your partners on the side. It's better to look at them, not just the avatars. So that's why mixed reality is really cool. And with the new Vive Focus Vision headset, we are going to be able to deploy this kind of technology to all our VIROO rooms, probably.
Cool.
Nice. Very nice.
Anyway, I think the avatars you are using are pretty cool, but what are you expecting in the future or regarding the avatars? Is it gonna be more advanced? Are we gonna be able to see each other, kind of a virtual avatar of ourselves? Or
yes, of course.
Where's the technology going?
Yeah, we want to go with really simple, neutral avatars, but our clients could change that if they want, if they go inside Unity, because VIROO is Unity-based. So if you want to create your own custom content, you can go inside and change the entire model. But for many of our clients, it just fits. It tells you if the person is wearing a headset or not, if he's just using the keyboard and mouse. And of course, one of the things that XR needs in order to be more natural and that more people jump in is that we have more realistic avatars, right? Because you want to be talking to a person that looks alive and like looks real. We have like a very short demo. I don't know if you want to show it just now.
We could show it. Yeah, we could show you your avatar.
Okay, this may take a while, but I have here the Vision Pro. We are not still compatible with this yet because Apple needs to open up its ecosystem, but you are going to see the quality of the avatars that we can get right now. And today is the Meta Connect, and probably Meta is going to show up again his next version of the codec avatar. So everything is moving too fast, and we are going to see a higher quality, more realistic avatars in the future. So that's when more people probably are going to be willing to jump into XR. So I'm going to need to join here and share my webcam again. So maybe you want to talk about other things in the meanwhile. I'll be ready.
Yeah, one other thing that you mentioned is these other environments where you can use VIROO. I actually have been able to test your VIROO rooms, but you have the caves and other kind of environments. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, VIROO can deploy. You mean the different places that we can deploy with, right? Yeah. Basically, again, you can use VIROO just using your headset at home. I'm at my home right now. So if you have a headset, you can connect using your laptop or your PC desktop, and you can have the virtual experience and all the full experience, because probably you don't have the space to move around freely, but you can do that with a controller. You can go to a VIROO room if you have one, or if you find any other client that lets you use their VIROO room, you can have that large-scale immersive room in order to move around with many people inside them. Or even if you want just to use a cave system, which is a projection system that you can use well. And the least step is just using the regular laptop and with the keyboard and mouse. So many different ways to experience, depending on your needs and depending on your availability. Let me just take a few minutes to share my screen. Maybe
in the meantime, I can show the system we have created. Oh,
there you are.
I see you. Okay,
it worked.
That's your virtual you, right?
Yeah. I thought that I would need to refresh the link, but it's the same link. So this is the quality of the avatars that we have right now. And remember, this is running natively on a standalone headset. So in 5 years from now, almost every headset will be able to have this quality of avatars. I have eye tracking, I have face tracking, I can do all the gestures I want. This is really funny. I have my fingers, and one of the most amazing things is that what you are seeing right now is not even close when you see another person inside the headset, because you have 3D effect, you can move around, you can pick and grab different things. But this is amazing. Now, you've seen the other avatars, they are great, but in 5-10 years from now, almost every avatar will look like that, and this is much more natural. And
it's crazy.
Imagine being at your home and sharing as a virtual space. Now that many people is working from home, but now you can be at your home, but maybe gather some people from the office to make a brainstorming, and this is going to be really, really cool.
But this is some really new technology, or you mentioned is some new hardware that you got, right?
Yeah, this is the Apple Vision Pro. But the Meta Quest headset, probably in the future, Meta show like even more realistic avatars in the past, but they are still only working in PC and they are not available to the public. But they probably are going to be. Maybe in 2-3 years, they launch a headset that is powerful enough to replicate these kinds of avatars. And I believe that Meta can even do a better job, because they are really good in what they do. So when if they make them standard, they will be shown in many more applications, such VIROO or something like that.
But did you need to scan your face, or?
Yeah.
Okay, you did that someday before.
Yeah. Okay. What I did, it's great. It's curious because it's showing my shirt, but just because I was wearing that shirt the day I make the scan.
Okay.
My clothes. It's been really cool for this demo. But yeah, I took my headset, I scanned my face, and then some cameras inside the headset are tracking my eyes, my tongue, my mouth. And I can even show you my virtual room here. It's like a selfie stick, as you can see. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Wow. Really cool. Thank you, Alberto.
Thank you, Alberto.
That was really cool. Okay. So yeah, what I was saying, maybe now when we have seen we have seen a little bit about VIROO, at least our audience knows more about the capabilities. I think it's an amazing platform. We are going to tell a little bit about Simumatik, and then we are going to tell about how we connect those two platforms to each other. Okay, so let me share my screen quickly. I think we can go here. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is the environment we just saw before. Here we have a machine that you created, Rajir. Maybe you can tell us a bit more.
Yeah, sure. So this was an extended version of the machine that I created. So what's happening here, you can see on the right side, we have an entry conveyor. If you can zoom it a little bit, that's where the product.
Maybe actually we could go to we could go to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can go to the virtual.
To the room, yeah, and we could.
We could do it.
Let me see. I jump into the session, and then we can see you while you are.
Yeah, so you can
giving
just
us a
follow.
tour. Yeah.
You can stand next to me and listen.
So we can explain later the connection. Sorry, I need to mute the echo. Yeah. Okay. So what you are seeing basically is how easy. I just did it. We are gonna tell the details before, but now the VIROO app, the VIROO Simumatik app, is just connecting to the workspace, and it's showing what we have there. So
right.
As you see, I'm sitting in my office, and I don't have any VR set, but I can be inside. I can see you guys. Yeah. And I use the typical WASD keys in the keyboard, so I can move around. And I see Alberto. I see you as well. So yeah, Rashbir, go ahead. We see you around now.
So you can see my position here is basically the entry of the system where we have the products coming in. So I will just come inside. You can see a sensor, which is just to sense the product and start the sequence. And then here you can see XYZ gantry, and this is used to wash the product. So products are coming here in the sensor, and then the product is picked, placed in the washing machine. There is a timing sequence, and which is going to wash the product. And then this gantry will pick that again, place it on another conveyor, and that will go further. And here on the left side, we have a small window. It's for user inspection. It's just an optional. If a user wants to pick the product and check by himself, if it's okay, he can take it. Otherwise, he can also place it on this conveyor. And if he doesn't want to take the product, he can let the product go. And in the end, you have a UR robot, which is going to pick and place a product in a box, which will appear when we start the system. So maybe you can start the system.
Yeah.
And then you can see.
Yeah. Everything. So I don't have the controls to interact with the workspace here. But I can go. So I can go to Simumatik, and here you see basically the same. Actually, if we do, let me show you. I show this again, and then I think I can do like this. We can see it's basically the same. I don't see you guys in Simumatik, but we are seeing exactly the same thing. Right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run. I'm gonna start the PLC. I think we actually had a webinar about this.
We had this webinar before.
We have this webinar, so I'm not going into the details, but the PLC is controlled by codices. So I just downloaded the code.
So just to tell the audience, it's not an animation. It's a real code running in the soft PLC, which is controlling the simulation.
And we have Robotike as well. I actually gonna show a little bit this part. So also for the audience that doesn't know about Simumatik, here we have the workspace. I click play, and suddenly the workspace has connected to both the PLC, which is gonna control part of the system, and the robot. Right. Just a very simple example here. If I zoom here, we can see that I can move the robot in Robotike, and we see how it mirrors everything in Simumatik. So this is how Simumatik works. It's, as you say, it's not an animation. It's not done. The model is not done in Unity. It's done in our own platform with all the physics and so on, plus the communication, so it can be controlled with the different controllers. So now we have the system up and running. I think I can just hide this because we can keep playing.
You can maybe start the system and
it's started. So I can actually interact from here, or Rashbir, if you want, you can.
So I hit the start button.
We need to enable the drives.
Enable the drives, and I press start.
Yeah, make some reset, and So you are interacting with the buttons here. And actually, we need to put the first piece here.
Yeah, we need to drop a piece from Simumatik, I think, and then it starts.
But I can do it here. So even me, I can press here in the button, and the first piece is gonna go. So be careful, Alberto, because maybe the country is gonna kill you.
If you want, there's a bonus feature in the single player app. If you press the plus key, you're going to see the screen divided, and you have the POV of each person join the session.
No
So
way. Yeah.
Oh.
yeah, exactly.
Shit.
Oh,
I
wow.
didn't know that.
Yeah, that's cool. I
Oh,
was
that's
reserving that for the last, yeah. But you can't interact here. If you want to interact, you have to press the minus key to
Yeah.
go back to the interact mode. But this is a way that maybe an inspector can have a whole look of everyone that is joining the session and see what they are doing exactly. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm the one in the right top, and then who is this one? Who is the one in the bottom?
I'm looking at the bottom right now. The red.
Okay, and then here we have.
I'm
Okay,
next to
yeah. Yeah. So what just happened? Let's see.
I can bring more and more, please. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So here there's
Comes another one.
Yeah. So actually, I think how do I go back to the
minus key. The minus key.
Okay, minus key. So yeah, actually, I wanted to show something here. I wanted to show that the update is equally. How can we say it? It's everything is happening at the same time, both in Simumatik and VIROO. Okay, so let me see. Maybe this is not the best view. I'm gonna move myself a little bit, and then maybe we can see the same perspective. I hope people is not getting sick watching me. But you see that the robot is moving.
Right. Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, at the same time. And this is because you guys did a great job. You are using the native communication, the same API that our app is using to get information from the workspace is what you are doing. So the refresh in the from the viewer side is equally fast. So both are showing real time what is happening in the model. It could be, I guess, maybe you know more about the delays when you are connecting abroad, because we didn't mention, but Rashbir, you are in Germany,
right?
And Alberto, you are in Spain, and we are all. The audience is seeing our cameras, yeah, it's cool, but we are all together in the same virtual environment, and this is thanks to VIROO, yeah. So
I have to tell you guys, I've been in XR for almost a decade now, and it still blows my mind every day that what we are seeing right now is like the virtual representation of a real robot that can be in the factory, and it is connected to then a virtual environment with many users at the same time. It's still, I think it's amazing. It's really, really cool.
I mean, but we can also imagine like the code we are using is a real code. This could be a running code in the machine or in the factory. It could be a real factory simulated in Simumatik, and then we can have a multi-collaboration.
Yeah, actually now if I want, I can just stop the robot. And now, I mean, the system is not gonna run as it was doing. I mean, or I could do some modification. Now the robot won't pick the piece. Because I just stopped the robot. The PLC is still running and controlling, but I can manually move the robot here. I can tell the robot to go to different places, but it's not active. So that's the Simumatik part. But I agree, Alberto. It's amazing that suddenly we are collaborating remotely and we can play together, and this opens a lot of new possibilities, even for us and our customers. So let me see. I want to go back to our agenda. So yeah, I think now when we have seen both what VIROO can do and what Simumatik can do, maybe we can tell a little bit to the audience how easy it is to integrate this. Okay. Maybe you can tell a little bit about the VIROO app. I'm gonna close what I have. But Alberto, what's the VIROO app? It's just something that you download. Your customers can download.
That would be
the single player. Sorry, the single player.
Yeah, exactly. Let me close the session. So if you want to share my screen while I'm talking, it's good. If not, it's
I can do it.
So I'm going to copy the session for same. I'm going to leave it. Okay, so this is a single player application. I'm going to close it just to see how all the process is. So this is something that you will download from the web. if you become a VIROO client. This is a desktop application, and it's going to allow you both to create new sessions or to join already existing sessions. So you join with your credentials, so you just put your name and your password. It's going to connect. It's going to connect to your cloud to see all the content and even list all the available sessions that maybe other people in your organization are taking right now.
Okay.
So in this case, imagine that I want to join a session. I could just paste the ID that you shared me and I could join, or I could even create a new session. In this case, we have different VIROO apps already here. We have the design review that I talked before. And if you want Simumatik, you just select Simumatik, launch that app, and you would create a VIROO session with that. In this case, I'm going to join the same session that we were taking place. It's connected. If there's something new, this is really cool. And one of the things that VIROO managed really well, imagine this is a content that has been modified in the last years or last days, and you don't have the latest version of it, of the app. So VIROO is going to check that. It's going to automatically update. So it ensures that everyone has the latest version.
I see that pop-up. Yeah, I see that pop-up coming up sometimes, and it automatically updates. That's true. Yeah.
Exactly. Imagine that you change something in your 3D model. If I join a older version of that, I will not see that changes. So this is some of the things that are really difficult to implement if you are a developer, and VIROO solves that for you. So even advanced developers can take advantage of VIROO because you can focus just on creating the content and forget about all that complexity. So whenever I try to join a session, it's going to ask me, are you with your keyboard and mouse, or do you own a headset? In this case, just to be quicker, I'm going to join using the keyboard and mouse. It's going to automatically jump in the Simumatik app, in this case. And we found...
Sorry, Alberto, do I need to have my session running?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you close it?
Yeah, maybe I think I did. But no worry, I'm just opening a new one. Don't worry. Yeah, I see you. I see you around. I see you around. Yeah.
If you did close it, it will alert me that the session is no longer available. So in this case, it's going to load. It's going to establish that connection through the API that you mentioned before, and it's going to load all the 3 models. So we found Simumatik some months ago. We thought it is a really, really powerful app, but we think that, man, this would really be more powerful if we had the chance to be multi-user and VR, because in VR, no matter how many times you see this in your desktop, when you put the headset, all the sizes are different because it becomes natural, 1-to-1 scale. And some things that you probably thought that they were really small, they look natural now. It's a whole new way to interact. So as you can see, in a matter of seconds, we have the live 3D model operating, and you can even start to interact depending on all the actions that have been prepared. And this is another great thing about VIROO, because before I talk about how it can be applied to across all the value chains of a company, this could be just to design review or prototyping. But maybe now that you have this 3D model, imagine that you want to develop a training simulator that takes place here, and it trains people how to operate this kind of machinery. You could bring that to Unity. You can establish all the actions and interactions using our no-code system, and they could go live inside your own application that will be launched through the single player. So this could be as easy as jumping like this, or you can even go farther away, making a more complex application if you want.
Actually, as you mentioned, I see many of our customers. I mean, a lot of customers have asked about VR application or VR compatibility with Simumatik before, but I think playing like we have been doing, testing the system from the operator perspective, even doing a virtual factory acceptance test. I mean, many of our customers may deliver machines to the end user, and many times you need to travel. You need to go to the supplier. You need to see the machine and validate it and so on. Now you could do it. I mean, you don't need to travel just to have a walkthrough, not just test from the functional perspective if the system is working well, but even the maintenance perspective, if there is something you need to change, or if there is a wall that you need to move because it's too tight. I can see here actually. I think I think we don't have much space here in this cell. So probably someone will complain and say, okay, how are you going to come here if you want to do some maintenance and so on? So there is a lot of room for using this experience to other steps or other states in the project life cycle for automated systems. It's really
this is funny because it really happened to us, to Virtualware. We were preparing delivery to a client in Japan, and we were making them a control center, and we spent like 100 hours developing that in the monitor. And then we said, wait, since we have VR, why don't we bring the 3D model to VR to see it in full scale? And when we were traveling around the 3D model, we detected a gap between two doors that we didn't detect it on the desktop. So it was really, really cool. Again, it's like seeing it in real life. So it's again.
And if you can combine this with mixed reality and you can bring, let's say, this system to the real workshop where it's gonna be placed once it's finished. I mean, being able to see if there is gonna be room between this machine or this system and other systems, if it's gonna be, I mean, if there is a cabinet or something that you need to move because it's gonna be on the way or whatever. I think it's great. It's a huge potential. Yeah, actually. You can see that I stopped the robot, and now we have a queue of products there.
And like Mikkel, you said about the factory acceptance test, I think on top you can also test some emergency response of your system without any risk. So you can check what are the risks involved in your system, and if you have some emergency situation, how can you react to it? How fastly you can react to it. So I think it's also a very important way to test the system.
Yeah, and we are seeing that more and more collaborative robot applications are implemented in the industry, and this is just a demo we have done. But in this case, in this case, we could add some sensors, maybe some security sensor to detect that if someone gets close to this robot arm, you could just slow it down or whatever, and you can actually test. Because we haven't mentioned it yet, but very, very soon, I know your development team is working on that. We will be able to grab products and do other stuff from VIROO. So that means that in this system where we have prepared actually that the operator could place the products in the beginning and actually grab the products and put them in the box manually, that could be tested, and we will actually be able to detect when the operator gets close to a sensor. So it will be kind of a two-way interaction between the model and the user. So it's gonna be quite complex and useful.
In fact, I don't know if you want to go straight to that, but I'm taking some comments in the live, and there's one question. There's one question with Victor Gapogonenko regarding this, because he said that if I have understood correctly, the VIROO application is based on Unity. It is, and the model is imported from Simumatik. That's correct as well.
Yes. Yeah.
So that the transforms in Unity are synchronized with Simumatik, but what happens to the interactions in VIROO? Are they also synchronized with Simumatik? This is the one thing that we were talking about.
And that's the thing that it's in testing, but and because of the webinar, we didn't want to mess too much, but it's gonna be imminent. So I know your development team is working with that feature, and probably we will see it. It's not, if not the end of this week, next week.
Yeah, so, exactly. We probably will have another webinar just regarding content creation with that introduction. So expect that very soon. Yeah. And we even have a comment from Sergio Barrera, which is a Virtualware CTO. He just confirmed that we already have Vive Vision focus with mixed reality working in VIROO. So we have this 3D model that inside our office or whatever space that we want.
Yeah, I think that one we need to do, but we need more space. I mean, I cannot do it in my living room, but not this machine at least, but maybe something else we could do. Maybe you could join from your facilities one day, Alberto, and we could do some mixed reality.
But I think in that case, it's also possible to scale up the system. You can scale it down to a smaller place, scale it up.
You lose some of the one-to-one scale benefits, of course. That's one. The bad thing about mixed reality is that normally you understand more how small your house is, because some of these models you cannot. Yeah, but
Sure.
whenever I'm at the Bilbao office, we can do that. Yeah,
yeah.
we can record a session with
Okay.
this.
Yeah, but I know even that because we have seen a lot of more and more robots being implemented in the industry, and operators get kind of afraid, or they see these big industrial robots around them, and this can be quite of a scary. So
Mhm.
being able to train
Right.
it can be kind of a safe environment where you can train moving around these big robots, interacting maybe with some of them, the ones that won't kill you, and so on. I think it's gonna be kind of therapy thing, but it will help to adapt automation in a higher degree. I mean,
Right.
we know that even in Simumatik, we can add vision cameras that can help to detect if operators are coming close and so on. And those vision cameras will be able to see as well the avatars, because this
Yeah.
is something that,
Yeah.
again, as we were telling, you can interact with the model, but why not? We can show where each of the avatars is in Simumatik as well. We are not doing it now, but the cameras will be able to see that, and then you could do vision uh, applications to detect even person. Of course, maybe we will need more sophisticated avatars, but as you were saying, Alberto, it's a time question. We will probably see ourselves inside the models soon, pretty soon. Yeah. Is there any more questions or?
Uh, I don't
Yeah.
think so. Many greetings from people that is joining us. So very happy to see many people joining. But for now, I think that's all the questions. But it was a really good question about
Yeah.
from Victor. Yeah, and we are going to show that in the future when we have that integration, and we are going to start creating training simulators with these three models or making some interactions. We are going to create more webinars just to show you how it works and how it is easy to implement and how those applications are synchronized.
Yeah. I will say maybe before we finish about the benefits of combining both VIROO and Simumatik. I think we have discussed some topics from the industry perspective, but even in education, I will say that they make a really good match, because these skills that we are showing here, PLC programming, robotics, and so on, are requested in the industry. But if you ask ChatGPT now, which will be the future engineering works and so on, they talk, or they will list digital twin experts, VR, XR experts, and
Right.
so on. I mean, even if the students may see this more like a game or cool experience,
Mhm.
they are getting prepared for industrial applications or the future. I think just doing simple virtual commissioning, jumping into these models or these virtual environments, playing around, discussing different designs and so on, is providing these skills that the industry is requiring. So it's just in lower scale, simpler applications, but I see a lot of benefits.
I also see that in education, besides training and educating the people, you can also do exams in VR. So you have
Oh,
a teacher here, and the students are jumping in, and they're having live exam on this real
yeah,
systems.
yeah,
So a lot of ways to use this VR in education area.
yeah. Yeah, of course, and as we know with Simumatik, having distance courses and so on, now with this it makes even easier
Yeah.
to have a nice environment to communicate and see each other. I mean, it's
Okay.
really cool. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what do you think? Yeah.
Yeah, we have one last question from
Okay.
Ander. He goes back to the beginning of the live because he got a little bit lost on the explanation. I know this would happen between XR and mixed reality. I'm sharing you one screen if you
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
share my screen again, because I think it's better to understand with an image. It's always better. So this is just like a quick way. Let me put that a little bit bigger so we can, yeah. So basically, again, this was established in 1994. 30 years from now, is the virtual reality continuum. So again, this is like a way to understand all the different immersive technologies. Right at the left, we have reality. Everything is real. Okay. Then we have augmented reality, is when we blend the real world with some virtual elements. In this case, these tiny little dogs here. And let me check if I can move a little bit to the right. This is augmented virtuality. This is the one thing that almost no one is talking about, because almost no one seeing very use cases for this. But this is when the background is virtual and you filter with the cameras some real objects that you want to be in. This was a really cool study from years ago that a person wearing a headset was eating lunch, and she could see the real pasta that she was eating, but they changed the environment to see if the taste of the pasta changed between. So this is augmented reality, and then when everything is virtual, it's virtual reality. So what's the difference? The difference is that mixed reality is a term that encapsulates augmented reality and virtual reality, which really does really make sense, because if you are mixing realities, that's mixed reality. Extended reality is everything else. So whenever you are doing anything with virtual immersive elements, that's extended reality. So hope this clarifies a little bit of the explanation at the beginning.
It was really good.
That's a very nice observation. Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, thanks everyone that was watching this webinar. I don't know, guys, are we gonna wrap up or finish the webinar?
Yeah. I think it went really great. I think looking forward to that next one when we show interactions. Again, I think when we talk about XR, this is one of the main use cases that really makes sense. Now, having those real digital twins, one in the factory, the other one in the computer, and then in the virtual environment where many people can join through the world. Again, it is the one of the reasons that I am working in this sector, because I really love this kind of interactions. So great job for Simumatik for making this up and loving this integration with VIROO.
Yeah, we are super happy. This is great, and it's been amazing for us. I have to say that we have been struggling quite a lot with the virtual reality, because we have our users, they know that we have had this feature as a beta version, but as I mentioned before, taking care of all the updates in the APIs, all the hardware that is coming with new features and so on. Better leave it to the people that is expert on that, like you guys, and we did this integration that is amazing.
Right. I also love about how easy it was for Alberto to jump in directly and changing the headset to a keyboard, and without any bugs, without any without any delays. It was amazing how easy you guys made it to integrate Simumatik and VIROO.
Yeah, so if anyone is interested in knowing more about this integration, you can contact VIROO directly, or you can contact us through our websites. So we will help you. I think we are gonna have another webinar when all the features are implemented, and we will show even more things. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, so thank you, guys.
All right.
I think it went well. We did it quite well. No many problems with the screens and so on. I had a big setup today here, but it was.
Kudos to you, Mikkel, for doing everything. You're the main guy behind integrating 3 guys from different countries.
I have 2 headsets here, 2 laptops, 1 phone connected. So when technology works, it's just great.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, on the internet connection, it was working all the time, because it's essential. I mean, without internet, we couldn't able to do that, because you guys are in another country. So, but it was working very well. So I hope people enjoys it, and they can send us comments in LinkedIn or social media. Raspberry, maybe you can mention.
Yeah, we are very active on LinkedIn, so I recommend, if you are watching this, you can join our page or VIROO's page, and you can comment there if you need information, and then we can pick up from there.
Yeah. Okay. Have a nice evening, everyone.
Have a nice evening. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys.